welcome to the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. It's me, Brett Steele here, and joined as always by Mr. Jonathan Detroit Haynes. What's going on?
Yo. What's up?
Also joining us,
Hello.
Mr. Phil Bruxy. Phil, what's going on, buddy?
Detroit, I didn't know you were still in my attitude towards the show. I mean, I'm the one that's usually kind of walking through what I'm saying. But Brett's not letting me do the rundown today, so I'm going to kick it right back to him.
Right, because today is our what we like to call our filler episode as we await the beginning of the 2020 season. So today is predictions. We're going to go through division by division of the NFL, as well as give some KDFL specific predictions as well. So we've all sat down, went over the whole NFL slate. We have all of our division winners, our wild cards, and we'll go in from there to a Super Bowl champion. So starting off, we're going to go with the NFC East, and I'll go ahead and do Phil first and then Detroit second, and then I'll wrap it up.
My NFC East champion is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. I think last year I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I think they're going to be good again. I mean, their offense is really good. They still have Elliott, of course. And I think the division is going to be top-heavy. I think the bottom two teams aren't going to be that good, and I think the top two teams are going to be good. But I think the Cowboys are going to win the division here. So I got the Cowboys in first at 13-3. I got the Eagles at second, also at 13-3, but the Cowboys have the tiebreaker in my little prediction. I got the Giants at 1-15 and the Redskins at 1-15.
Wow, those are some wacky numbers, man.
I know they are.
That worked with the win-loss?
Yeah, I went through and picked every single game on the schedule, and that's how it worked out.
Hold on, real quick, Detroit, and I'll kick it to you. What's your two wins for one for each team?
Let me grab that real quick. Let's see. The Giants, I got them beating the Redskins at home, and the Redskins I have beating the Giants at home.
Whatever.
Or sorry, shit. I already forgot. I have them beating each other at home, basically.
Okay.
Those are the only wins.
Okay. What you got, buddy?
Well, I hate this division. I always hate to pick because I don't know. The team's just always underachieved to me. I'm going with the Eagles, and I know I gotta hope Carson Wentz stays healthy. I know that's crazy, but I got them in first, the Cowboys second, the Giants third, and that Washington football team last. I got Washington only getting 3 wins this year.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of a little bit different than both of you fellas. I got the Cowboys at 12-4. I have the Eagles at 8-8. It's just too injury ridden all the time. Like I don't trust that team in. I got the Giants at 6-10. I think Daniel Jones takes a step forward this year. And I have the Washington football team at 3-13 as well. So my point is, if the Cowboys aren't going to win the division this year, then it's just not in the cards because I think that they are set up well. I think the division is weak enough for them to easily at least win the division here. So
I will say, after I did it, I was like, the Giants should probably be like 6-10, but instead they're 1-15. So
that's how it worked out. That's when you do this each game prediction, you we were talking earlier today when we were working through it. You can kind of put yourself in a box and you don't realize it. Like you get trapped.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because of what I've done, this team is now 2-14 or what have you. You know.
Yeah, I got about 3/4 of the way through, and I just got frustrated. And said, I'm not doing this anymore.
Detroit
I'm just
putting in that hard work as always here. On the KDFL Fantasy
too much.
Podcast.
Just too much.
All right, let's shift it over to what should be a more interesting division this year than in years past, the AFC East. Phil, what do you have?
All right, well, nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo freaking Bills. They're going to overtake this division. They're going to win it at 12-4. The Patriots are going to finish at 500 at 8-8 in second. The Jets are going to go 4-12 in third, and the Dolphins are barely going to win 2 games in fourth.
That was ruthless.
Well, I mean, I got the same first two. I got the Bills winning the division. I think that's the first time, I don't know how many years someone has won it besides the Patriots, probably like 15. I got the Pats second. I have the Dolphins third, and I have the Jets fourth. I think that whole Jets team is just in turmoil.
Mhm.
I don't see them being very good. So I got them getting like 4 wins.
AFC East, I have the Bills at 10-6, winning the division. So we have a consensus there. I do have the Patriots at 8-8 as well. So it seems like we're all on the same page there. I have the Jets coming in third. They're at 6-10. And I have the Dolphins coming in fourth at 5-11. So I do have them improving some, or I do have them, better off than some of you guys have them, but still a tough road. And I think we'll see Tua, later on in the year, and we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so that's my AFC East there. So let's flip back over to the NFC, Detroit's division, literally the NFC North. Phil, go ahead.
Well, I had to take my fandom out of this one with my Packers in this division, and I had to go with the Vikings winning it at 11-5. I do have the Packers in second at 9-7, and then the Lions in third at 5-11. I know Detroit's going to give me hell about that one probably, and then the Bears at fourth at 3-13.
Detroit.
Well, I just got to say, forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. Detroit Lions, baby. I got them in third place in this division.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
I don't see them being even 500. I had them at 7-9. I like the Vikings a lot in this division. The Packers, they didn't really address any of their wide receiver needs, so I got them at second. And then I have the Bears coming in last. Sorry, Eric, I wasn't positive and said 11-5, but it is what it is.
Well, here we go. Our first big difference here. I have the Minnesota Vikings winning the division 11-5, so we are consensus there. Second place, I have at 10-6, the Detroit Lions. 10-6. I really like what they've done. I've always been a fan of Stafford's. We'll see if they can finally put it together. But I look at this schedule that they have here, and I think they could easily start 4-3 when I'm looking at their first 7 games. So I do have the Lions coming in at 10-6. I have the Packers that being under 500. I think they're in turmoil. I think Rodgers isn't happy. They won like 9 one-score games. So you got that did not the math doesn't add up there for that to continue on that way. And they, like you said, they didn't address much. So and then I have the Bears at 5-11. So we'll get to the playoffs later. But I got some happy times coming in Detroit there. So
I will say if I had time, I would go into the Packers drafts over the years since they've taken Rodgers. But if you don't want to get into that, I won't. So.
No, we don't. Okay. As for the Lions, I do love their offense. I think they're making big strides there. I just don't think the defense can stop anybody.
Got Trufant now.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, the AFC North. Phil, take it away.
All right, well, I think the Ravens are going to take this one again. I thought they would kind of take a step back, but when I went through the schedules, I just couldn't do it. So I have them at 13-3. I have the Steelers in second at 9-7. I think Big Bang coming back is going to help them out a lot. Have the Browns at 7-9. You want to pick the Browns to do well for some reason, but I just can't do it. And then the Bengals in fourth at 6-10.
Yeah, I had pretty much. I think I had the same exact. I have the Ravens first. I have the Steelers second, the Browns third, and the Bengals fourth. I think the Ravens are gonna. I think they're gonna be really good again. I don't think Lamar's gonna put up crazy numbers like he did last year. They're gonna try to scale it back a little bit, I guess. But I still see them being very potent. And I got them going 12-4.
I think that's what was happening with me. I was trying to tie their success to Lamar Jackson's success. But I think they'll bring him back a little bit, and they'll still be successful as a team.
Yeah, when I looked at this division, the Ravens' schedule is ridiculously easy when I'm looking at it for how it played out for me. So I do have the Ravens winning the division at 13-3. I have the Steelers having a big comeback year with Big Ben getting the offense right. I have the Steelers going 12-4. So
Wow.
expecting a big year out of them. I have the Browns at 8-8, and I have the Bengals at 4-12.
I said wow, and I have the Steelers at 11-5.
I can't believe it. I have the Bengals actually rolling okay until the last they lose 5 of the last 6. So, okay. So, NFC South.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Here we go. All right, Brett, you want to listen to this one?
yeah.
Okay. Coming in first place in the NFC South at 13-3, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh, TB12.
Second place, I have the New Orleans Saints at 11-5. Third place, I have the Atlanta Falcons at 8-8, and I have the Carolina Panthers at 5-11.
Nice. Well, I actually have the same exact thing. I have Tampa Bay winning the division. I have them at 12-4. I know. I have New Orleans at 11-5. I got that Atlanta team in third and Carolina in fourth. I think it's going to come down, obviously, to Tampa and New Orleans. Carolina's going to be bad, and Atlanta. I think I had Atlanta 6-10. So go ahead, Brett.
Foolish. Look, guys, it doesn't. The NFL has a lot of turnover. Okay, now this is gonna sound like Homer Brett talking out. I'm sorry, it's just how it worked out. I tried to stay as unbiased as possible. I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this division at 10-6. At 10-6.
Take that back. Take that back.
At 10-6. I don't have us dominating.
No, dude.
Look, you want me to go through our losses? You want me to go through my losses?
No,
Yeah,
we ain't got time.
Only 6.
Yeah, go through it.
Lose at Dallas, lose at Minnesota, lose against Denver at home, lose at New Orleans, lose at Kansas City, lose at Tampa Bay.
So they're
Very
beating
simple.
Seattle week 1?
Yes, beat Seattle week 1. Of course.
Okay, give me a break. All right.
Beating Seattle at home week 1. All right, I have the Falcons at 10-6. I have the Bucks at 10-6. The tiebreakers gave the Falcons the division because of the divisional records. Saints are not going to be good this year, guys. They need to come to terms with it. I have the Saints at 9-7 and missing the playoffs. Drew Brees is older. Kamara's not happy. That locker room is a disaster right now. We need to not forget what happened during the offseason. You got a whiny punk at wide receiver. The defense better be good. That's all I can say. The defense better be good.
That wasn't biased at all. They're not going to be good, but they're going to have a winning record.
9-7. Well, I mean, they're not going to be a playoff team. I don't have them in the
Okay.
playoffs. I'll tell you that. That's what I meant. No, they're not going to be good. But they're not be good versus their expectations. And I have the Panthers at 5-11. So,
All right, next division.
South breakdown. I stand by every word. All right. AFC South. Go ahead, Phil.
All right. I hate to do this because Bill O'Brien is just a terrible coach, but I have the Texans at 11-5 winning the division. I really like the Colts, actually, with Phillip Rivers now. I have them at 10-6, finishing
Phil, who's your
second.
quarterback on your team?
I have Matt Ryan as my QB1.
Who's your other one?
Phillip Rivers, I think.
Okay. Keep going.
All right. Glad you had to get that out in the open. All right, anyways. I have the Titans at 9-7, and my running back's Derrick Henry, so, I mean.
There you go.
And then the Jaguars at 2-14, finishing in fourth.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm on the Colts bandwagon this season. I got them winning the division. I do like the addition of Phillip Rivers. The Texans, I think they're going to take a little step down this year. I think they're going to be third. I think Tennessee's going to finish second. The Jags are just going to be horrible. So
I think this division's trash.
I do too.
But I somehow, well, we'll get to that when we go to the playoffs. But I have the Titans at 10-6 winning it. Titans at 10-6 winning the division. The Texans at 9-7. The Colts I have at 6-10. As how it worked out, I didn't see a lot of wins on their.
So all three of us have a different division winner then.
Wow, that's pretty well.
Nice.
And the Jags at 2-14. So we're consensus on that.
Yeah, true.
Nice.
So okay, so Phil has the Texans. You have the Colts. I have the Titans. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. This will be fun too. The NFC West. Phil, take it away.
All right, Jerm. Pause or skip past this part. I think I had the
Hey,
49ers.
real quick, shout out to Phil. 14-2 call with the Niners last year. And
Yeah,
he was not wrong at all. And we mocked him, but they actually came through. So shout out.
I probably won't be right this year, but yeah, I had him 14-2 last year. Definitely don't have him winning the division this year. I have this.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm not definitely. I shouldn't have said definitely. I have the Seahawks at 13-3 winning. I'm sure Jerm's not going to be happy about that one. In second place, I have the Arizona Cardinals at 10-6. Third place, I have the Niners at 9-7, and I had the Rams rounding out the division at 7-9.
Wow. All right. I love it. I love it. I actually agree with you on the Seahawks. I got them winning the division.
I'll see.
Go
ahead.
No,
Sorry.
it's not your turn to talk. When it's your turn, you can
You
talk.
can't bet against Russell Wilson. I mean, as much as I don't like the guy for some reason, you can't bet against him.
You see that big red back there? Don't make me throw it through the screen at you. All right. Anyways,
Pillsbury's best.
I got the Seahawks in first, 12-4. I don't have San Francisco falling down that bad. I got them at 11-5. I do see Arizona. They're going to improve on their 5-10 record last year. I see them at 8-8. And then I got the Rams. I got them last.
Yeah, I have the Niners winning the division at 12-4. And again, their schedule. It's not the NFC West's schedule. They're going to beat up on each other a good bit, but other than that, it's not that tough. I got the Seahawks in second place at 10-6. So I do have them playing. I do have them doing well, but not 13-3. And I have the Rams at 9-7. I think their offensive line struggles they had last year have been shored up some. I trust in Jared Goff a lot more than others. And I have the Cardinals at 8-8. So I don't have a team under 500 in that division.
So you don't think DeAndre Hopkins is going to make a difference that much?
I mean, I have them winning like
that's true. Yeah,
3 more games.
Okay, yeah, they did improve, I guess. Okay.
I think that division's incredibly tough. I think their outside division schedule is not that tough.
I think that's one of the toughest divisions.
Yeah, but with each other, that division, best division in football, you would say, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think overall, top to bottom, it probably is.
Okay, our last division for the regular season, the AFC West also has some fans in the league in this division here. So, go ahead, Phil.
All right, well, it's hard to go against the Chiefs. I have them at 13-3 winning the division. I have the Broncos actually in second, under 500 though at 7-9. Have the Chargers at 6-10 and the Raiders.
Raiders at what?
The Raiders at 5-11.
All right. Well,
I didn't want to say that too loud.
I can understand that because their quarterback's garbage.
My goodness.
Oh wait. Can we bleep that out so Mike doesn't hear it?
Yeah.
No, I actually have Kansas City winning. That's a big shock. I have the Raiders actually in second.
Nice.
I think they're going to be better. If only they had a quarterback. Then I have the Chargers, and then the Broncos are going to last.
Yeah, the Chargers ahead of the Broncos?
Yeah.
Dude, Broncos are my big sleeper. Well, not big. I should have said my big sleeper team. I have the Chiefs still winning the division at 11-5 though. I have the Broncos at 10-6. I have the Raiders finishing at 500 at 8-8, and I have the Chargers dead last at 5-11. I don't know what the Chargers. They just lost Derwin James. Tyrod, Herbert. I don't know.
And Rivers too.
Yeah. They lost.
What did the Broncos finish last year? Because that'd be a big improvement to go to 10-6.
I think they won 4 games.
They finished 7-9.
Okay, so they won 7 games. I didn't know that. I thought
Drew
they won
Lock.
4 games.
Drew Lock. It's his come up year.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my bracket here. We're going to go ahead and go to the NFL playoffs. I have my bracket here. I need your all's brackets so I can follow along. Bill, go ahead and give us your layout. Give us the whole NFC 1 through 7, I suppose.
Okay. All right, yeah, so number one overall, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, it's hard to bet against Brady.
Not that hard. Go ahead. Sorry.
I got the Seahawks at the 2 seed. 3 seed is the Cowboys. Vikings and Eagles are 4 and 5. Saints are 6, and then Cardinals are 7.
Okay.
And,
What about go ahead and do your AFC.
all right, on the AFC side, I have the Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Texans, Colts, Titans, Steelers.
Ravens, Chiefs,
Bills, Texans, Colts, Titans, Steelers.
All right.
I need you to get a little closer to the mic.
Oh, yeah. You want to go ahead and go through your first round, Phil, while we have it right here?
Yeah, I can do that.
And we'll go to Detroit, do the same thing, and then we'll go ahead and start with your NFC, Minnesota and Philadelphia.
All right. In this one, I don't know. I think my hatred of Kirk Cousins just played into this one, so I had to go Eagles over the Vikings. And then Cowboys Saints. I'm going Cowboys over the Saints. And then Seahawks over the Cardinals in the first round.
All right, what about AFC?
AFC, I had the Texans beating the Colts in the first round. I have the Bills getting a playoff win, beating the Titans, AFC champion, or AFC playoff game Titans from last year.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs beating the Steelers. I don't know if the Steelers could stop the Chiefs. I don't know if anybody really can. Well, somebody may stop them later, but.
All right. There's Phil's first round of the playoffs. Detroit, give me 1 through 7 on the NFC side.
All right. On the NFC, I've got the Seahawks winning. I have them at number 1. I have Tampa Bay at number 2. The Eagles at 3. The Vikings at 4. The Saints at 5. The Niners at 6. And Phil's Green Bay Packers at 7.
All right, AFC.
The AFC, I have the Ravens at 1, the Chiefs at 2. I have that because I have the Ravens actually winning head-to-head. 3, I have the Bills. At 4, I got the Colts. At 5, I got the Steelers. At 6, I have the Titans. And at 7, I have Matt's Raiders.
LV making the playoffs.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and walk through your first round of the NFC.
All right, in the 4-5 matchup, I have the – oh, wait, I messed that up. I have San Francisco. Wait.
4-5 is Minnesota, New Orleans.
I have New Orleans winning. I have San Francisco over the Eagles and Tampa Bay over the Packers.
Ridiculous.
He had to say it that way, didn't he?
Now, you have to reseed this.
Yeah, reseed after the first round.
All right. So in the AFC, I have the Steelers over the Colts, the Bills over the Titans, and the Chiefs over the Raiders.
Okay.
Real quick, did you guys notice that I didn't have the Packers in the playoffs? I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah.
Yes, I did have the Falcons in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, trust me, we noticed.
Yeah, you already talked about it. We know.
I did not notice that, Phil, though. It's true. All right, my NFC side, I have Dallas in the 1 seed, San Francisco in the 2 seed, Minnesota in the 3 seed, the Falcons in the 4, the Seahawks in the 5, and Tampa Bay in the 6, and the Lions in the 7.
What?
Yeah, that's how it works. I had 3 10 and 6 teams with wild cards. They all make it.
All right, I like it.
Yeah. I'm biased. 1 through 7 in the AFC. Baltimore gets the 1. Kansas City gets the 2. Tennessee gets the 3. Buffalo gets the 4. Pittsburgh the 5. Denver the 6. And Houston the 7 at 9 and 7. I think it's liable to happen, right? 7 teams. Somebody's going to get it 9 and 7.
Yeah.
More so than last year, of course, or in years past.
Yeah, I had 2 teams that are 9 and 7. So.
You did, didn't you? Okay, so first round, I have the Falcons beating the Seahawks in Atlanta. I have the Vikings beating Tampa Bay in Minnesota. Get them out of here. I have the Niners beating the Lions. That'd be fun if that really happens. That'd be so awesome. Such a great game. In the AFC side, I had to reseed, so it's going to throw me off. I have Buffalo beating Pittsburgh, and I have Denver beating Tennessee, and I have Kansas City beating Houston.
So you have Denver in the AFC Championship game?
No,
No?
that's the wild card round. We got the division round coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
We should all be down to 8 teams now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so Phil, let me get Phil back up here. Phil, Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. I don't know if you had to reseed. You got to tell me because I didn't do it while I was writing them down.
No, you got it right. That's right. Okay. I got to go Bucks again. I just can't do it. I mean, it's Tom Brady in the playoffs. I mean, come on. I mean, with the weapons he has this year,
It's not okay.
I'm telling you,
Go
dude,
ahead. Go ahead. Dallas and Seattle.
I'm still in the Cowboys. I think they're going to win, so I'm going to take them over the Seahawks. I'm
Right,
taking them.
Seahawks love war off. Okay. Ravens and the
It went up
Texans.
pretty quickly. Yeah. All right. Ravens, Texans. I have the Ravens beating the Texans. The Texans will probably barely make the playoffs, so even though I have an 11-5. Anyways, I think the Ravens will beat them.
All right, and finally Buffalo and Kansas City.
Wow. On this one, I really wanted to take the Bills. Like, I wanted a reason to take them, but I can't do it. I can't go against the Chiefs in this game, so I had to go the Chiefs.
All right, so Phil, just to recap, your final four: Tampa Bay and Dallas, Baltimore and Kansas City. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, now let's go back to this travesty of a bracket here.
Oh, so you're going to do yours next?
Ba-doom. All right. I don't know if I had to reseed any of yours.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
My
go
first
ahead.
round in the NFC or the division round is going to be Seattle against San Francisco. The
Okay.
San Francisco 6 seed. I have Seattle winning that, and then I have New Orleans at the 5 taking on 2 Tampa Bay, and I've got TB12 moving on,
Y'all are nuts.
and then I have
Dude.
the Ravens over the Steelers and the Chiefs over the Bills. So my final four is Seattle, Tampa, Ravens, Chiefs.
Wait a minute here. You guys have one team different?
Do we?
Your final four?
Who cares?
Embarrassing. All right. I have the Cowboys beating the Falcons. I have Minnesota beating San Francisco. So we're looking at a Dallas-Minnesota NFC Championship. I have, just because it was Denver, and I'll get to this in the next round, just because it was Denver and not Buffalo, I have Baltimore beating Denver. And I have Kansas City beating Buffalo. So my final four: Dallas, Minnesota, Baltimore, and Kansas City.
So who is Kirk Cousins going to throw to besides Thielen?
I know, man. The defense is going to be better than people think. And they'll figure out they got
Yeah.
Jefferson now. The tight end, I forget his name. He should take the next step forward, right? So
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they're going to be good, but not that good.
I think y'all tried to fight this fight last year. I told you Kirk Cousins was good.
That's
All
true.
right.
Yeah.
What? Still not good.
He's not.
They
But
beat expectations.
Well, when you're at the bottom, it's hard not to.
Phil, this disgusting thing now. Tampa Bay and Dallas in your conference championship.
all right. I think my pick last year was the Cowboys to win it all. So this year, the Bucks are going to be the Cowboys and advance to the Super Bowl.
You guys are absolute. Okay, go ahead. All right. I have to bite my tongue so many times on this podcast, this particular episode. All right, AFC side, Phil. Baltimore and Kansas City.
All right. I mean, the Chiefs are going to make it again. They're going to beat the Ravens. I hate to do it. I really like Lamar Jackson, but I think the Chiefs are going to win again.
So Tampa Bay and Kansas City is Phil's Super Bowl.
Yep.
Detroit, Seattle, Tampa Bay. Please
All
put it in
right.
there. Put it
Well,
in there.
I've got Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. I mean, it's not even close. Second is like way down there. I mean, he's a legend. When you think of football in the NFL, you think of Tom Brady. He's gonna walk into Seattle and they're going to lose because the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl.
What in the world are y'all seeing in Seattle? And this, okay.
It's hard to play in Seattle. If they get the 1
It
seed,
is. I don't think
they're going to the Super Bowl.
Right. I see what you're saying. If it has to go through Seattle, I get you.
All right, and then we got the Ravens and the Chiefs. I'm nervous about this pick. Kansas City's loaded. But I'm taking the Ravens. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. So my Super Bowl is Seattle and the Ravens.
Who's your dynasty quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. I got Lamar, too. Yeah, that's right.
Real quick, though, do we think COVID is going to play a factor in the Seahawks' home field advantage?
I
just not thought about that.
What are you trying to say, Phil?
No, I just not thought about that.
I think the Seahawks are going to play a factor in the Seahawks home field advantage because they're not going to have it.
That's true. I'm acting like COVID's just going to end. There's going to be all the fans in the stands.
We all have the same AFC Championship game, which kind of makes me mad. I wanted to put Pittsburgh in there, but I couldn't do the right path.
I wanted to put the Bills in there, but I just can't do it.
All right, that's another good one. I have Dallas beating Minnesota. Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. And I have – because let me tell you this. The Baltimore Ravens are not built like a playoff team. They're not. Lamar Jackson's going to be figured out. The Titans got to him easily last year. That was very telling. Lamar Jackson's going to be figured out in this league. I know I'm a Lamar Jackson hater. I just went through it too painfully with the Vic years. Defenses figure out running quarterbacks. So I have, long story short, Kansas City beating Baltimore. Okay, so.
Real quick, how much did Tim pay you to put the Cowboys in the Super Bowl?
I did not want no part of putting them in the Super Bowl. But
I'm surprised he put Mike's team in there. Jeez. We know you're a big Councilman fan.
Bill, get me through this. Tampa Bay, Kansas City. That's your Super Bowl. Please do it.
My Super Bowl pick for this year is the Buccaneers over the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's 7, people. That's 7. 7 for the GOAT.
7 Super Bowls and his first honest one. Way to go.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
Anything on it? Anything else on it?
No, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. I mean, it's Tom Brady, and he's never had this many weapons with the weapons that he has. I mean, with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, whoever else is on the team. I can't remember all the names, but, I mean, it's a pretty loaded offense.
Gronkowski at 48 years old.
Sorry, yeah. Dude, I mean, the guy is still good probably. I mean, he was never, like, fast or anything. He was just strong. I'm sure he's still strong.
Detroit, your Super Bowl is very depressing for me because it's an all-bird Super Bowl, and I hate that. So
because your bird's not in it?
Right. So Seattle and Baltimore. Who we got?
Well, I went back and forth with this one. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think they're going to get it done this year. Lamar, Super Bowl MVP.
His love for Lamar is showing right now.
Tell you what, if that goes down, John Harbaugh, that's serious. Like that's a serious freaking career as a head coach.
Let's hear you pick the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl now.
All right. I have Dallas and Kansas City. It's too hard to repeat in this league. If the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to do it now, they'll never do it. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl, bringing it back to the NFC. This offense is absolutely loaded. And I just realized as I'm yelling this rant right now that I gave you all grief for your dynasty starting quarterbacks. And mine is Dak Prescott. I swear to God, it did not register in my head until I started that rant right there. But that offense is absolutely loaded. And I think that they've never been in a better situation. The division is weak enough, finally, that they won't beat the crap out of each other all year long. I think they'll have home field without. And I think nothing would kill Jerry Jones more than to have a Super Bowl title where you could have no fans.
That's true, yeah.
That's a reason to pick them.
No, I didn't pick them for that. It's just a nice observation. But I think hopefully, God willing, by the time we get to the playoff time, we'll have some people in the stands. We'll see.
All right.
We will see. So, recap. Phil, has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl, Jonathan Detroit Haynes with the Baltimore Ravens, and me, begrudgingly, with the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe
Not one of us took the Chiefs. Wow.
It's too hard to repeat. It just doesn't happen. I didn't even
Yeah.
like putting them back in the game, but I mean, it's too hard to deny.
I hate to say this, but somebody's probably going to get hurt on the Chiefs. I don't want to say it's
just
Mahomes,
too hard. It's too. I didn't
Yeah.
like the same thing with the Niners. It's so hard. I mean, I literally watched the Falcons go through this same thing with making it to the Super Bowl, having a tough loss, and you just don't. It has a fatigue, it has a carryover. So, we'll see. But all right. So Phil, I believe, is going to post these on the KDFL Twitter account, so where we can vote on and kind of scrutinize them with how we think the season's going to go. So that is our NFL predictions. Now, switching over to the KDFL. We're going to do what are we going to do? A team that did not make the playoffs last year that will make it. Let's go ahead and start with it first. So Phil, go ahead and take us. You want the same order? Yeah, Phil, go ahead. Give us a team that did not make the playoffs last year that you have your eye on as making it to the postseason this year.
I mean, clearly I didn't have to look very far for this one, did I? I mean, it's obviously going to be me, the Night Owl Dragons. I mean, I've improved dramatically from last season, and I just missed the playoffs last year, even though I was under 500. But still, I just missed. So, I mean, I have to be the team that's going to make it this year, not to be cocky or anything.
Detroit.
That's
Anything on that, Detroit?
No, it feels pretty good. I really like his team this year.
He is set up pretty well. He made some right trades. So yeah, I do look for Phil to have a pretty good year.
All right, for me, no. Did we tell everybody that we weren't allowed to pick the same people?
Yeah, it's just for the sake of covering more of the league, we are not duplicating any picks. So some of these should be fun.
Because Phil definitely would have been my pick. So
Right.
With that said, I am going with Brett, one of Brett's favorite owners in this league, and that's LJ. Now, his running back situation's a little iffy with Lindsey and Akers, but I think, when you have Tom Brady on a team, once again, you can never go wrong with the GOAT. So, no, seriously, I like it. I love his linebackers. He's got Littleton and Wagner. All his linebackers are just stud. And that's one thing in this league that people don't really think about. I guess they do. But when you think fantasy sports, you think just offensive players. So
Matt does.
Yeah, that's true. Very nice. So, yeah, I'm going with LJ this year.
My pick was my dark horse pick a year ago. I am going with the Hurricane Wampus Cats to make the playoffs. Kyler Murray's going to take a step forward. He has DeAndre Hopkins, so he has that stack, which is really nice. Hayden Hurst is in a better situation in Atlanta than he was with the crowded tight ends in Baltimore. Now, I hit on this a little bit last year. I just want to touch on a little bit more. Le'Veon Bell trade for Tim was both the right move and the wrong move because I think it's good to get rid of Bell, but I think it's a year or two early. I think Bell is going to have a very solid year this year. A little touchdown deprived last year. I'm thinking they'll shore that up. And Tyler Boyd could be a breakout candidate if A.J. Green does get hurt again. And I'm big on Marquise Brown having a breakout year as well. So I am liking what the Wampus Cats, plus I love saying the name, are looking like. So I do look for them to make the playoffs as a team that did not make it last year but will this year. So every yin, there's a yang. We have to do the reverse of this. What is your one team that made the playoffs last year that you do not see making it this year? Phil.
All right, my team that I do not see making it this year is the Kanawha County Kings.
Oh.
I don't even think he's going to be the Prince this year.
Oh, that was great.
Of course, Brett has mentioned Breeze. He's getting old. I still think he's going to have a productive season, but I don't think it's going to be as good as it's been. He has McCaffrey. Like I said, I think in our last episode, that can keep him in anything, honestly. But overall, the defense, I think, is going to hold him back quite a bit. Outside of Van Der Esch, I don't think his defense is that great overall. And then his third wide receiver looks like is Gallup. I think he'll take a step forward, but I don't think he's going to be a great receiver. And then Tariq Cohen is his RB2. I mean, he's okay, but I just think it's going to keep him out of the playoffs this year.
All right.
Yeah. Like McCaffrey gives you a certain floor, like what you hit on.
Right.
So it will be interesting.
Right.
But yeah. Go ahead, Detroit.
Okay. For my team that made the playoffs last year that won't make it this year, it's the Montrose Mega Powers.
I will at least respect how you said the name.
Oh, this team, how they got in the playoffs is just amazing. They were 6-7. They're garbage. Once again, I covered this last week. They're garbage. The only thing going for you is your quarterbacks.
Not true.
Your defense sucks. Your wide receivers are average. Your running backs are running on one knee altogether. So
That would hurt. That
All
would
right,
hurt.
so tell us
I'm
what
gonna
you
lie,
dislike
that one
about this
could
team.
this team is just garbage. So I don't even know if you'll get 5 wins this year. So yeah, that's my pick. Sorry, Brett. I mean,
I don't think you're sorry. One, and I do think there's a bet brewing. There's a bet brewing with these two teams that we will get into maybe next episode. We'll see if we can put something together on that. My team. Now, if we break this down, I had to pick a different team. I'm obviously not going to pick myself. Tim was already picked. Commission's team is boring and off limits for this, obviously. Big fan of Matt's team. So that leaves me one squad to go with.
well, no, there's 2. There's 2 out
Who am
there.
I missing?
Me? And
Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't think about you enough for this. I'm going to have to go with I'm going to have to go with the Cross Vegas Gamblers and Nick. But with a caveat, not to hedge myself too much, but some stuff is going to have to go wrong for him. Like Wentz is going to have to get hurt again. His RB2 going into this season is not on a team right now, which a certain Brestradamus warned about in the previous episode. But his wide receivers are pretty loaded. But I don't know. Feeling I think can be doubled out of games. So we'll see how big without Diggs there. So we'll see. But if I had to pick one of these teams, given the choices I had, I'm going to have to go with the Cross Vegas Gamblers and Nick to it would be a little bit of a shocker, but to not make the playoffs after making it last year. So
all right.
now we're going to do Dark Horse or Champion first. When you guys
Let's do Dark Horse. Just go ahead and do Dark Horse. Get
all right,
that
so
out of
we'll
the way.
crown the champion at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Phil, give us your dark horse. This is somebody that we don't even think will make the playoffs, but if everything goes a certain way, to win the championship.
Well,
Whoa.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Montrose Mega Powers as my dark horse.
I'm not a dark. I love that me and Detroit both were mad at this pick.
For opposite reasons.
Yeah.
I don't even have you in the playoffs. I have you missing the playoffs, so clearly it's a dark horse.
All right. Well, what would happen to go? What would need to go right, Phil? Go ahead.
Well, we need to go right.
What would need to go right, buddy?
I mean, your players don't need to score a lot of points. That's what we need to go right. I mean, obviously Todd Gurley, he's got to work out with the Falcons. I mean, he only has one good knee, but maybe he can make that work. I don't know. We'll see. Devin Singletary needs to take a big step forward. David Johnson, I mean, he's not the same David Johnson as he was, but maybe he can be even 75% of that. Your receivers are really good. I like your receivers. Your defense is pretty good. So, I mean, you're not expected to do well, but I still think you're my dark horse.
All
To
right.
bite down on something.
Anyways.
You're not.
Oh. Anyways, my dark horse. First of all, I don't like this question. Anyways, it's dumb because you got to pick a team that didn't really make the playoffs, and you're saying that the category is dark horse that might win it all, even though they won't make the playoffs. Or I'm thinking they're not going to make the playoffs. So
I mean, we're not exactly fortune tellers. Stuff could go different than what we say.
So, anyways, it's a dumb question, people. So I apologize for that. Anyways, with that said, since I'm forced to pick a team, I'm going to go with Bustin and the Wampus Cats. I think Kyle Murray is going to get a lot of points this year. I love his receivers with Adams and Brown and Hopkins. Those are studs. So I'm going to go with his team.
Thank you for bringing the energy and the passion to this question. I'm going to go with, we give him a lot of crap. But based on my NFL predictions, this team is going to have a good year, especially by their standards. So I'm going with the Rocks Atlanta Renegades and the Detroit Lion heavy offense of Eric Fields to be my dark horse candidate to win the whole thing. One big thing, Montgomery has to get back and keep a prominent role in that offense. Kenyon Drake needs to stay healthy. He's done well in Arizona. Obviously, we have Stafford and Galladay. Hawkinson, we'll see. But I think the defense can put it together. Yeah. And if Hawkinson goes down, we have Greg Olson. He could still do some things in Seattle. So if I had to pick a dark horse candidate,
is this only because you have the Lions in the playoffs?
No, but they do go hand in hand. My world has to make sense, sir.
I get it.
All right, next question.
All right, this is it. This is how we wrap up the episode as well. Crown, we were all right last year because of the commission's boring, and you know how it goes. Picking the commission to win the championship. So, Phil, are we picking the commission to repeat in 2020?
All right, so like you said, the commission won last year. I had the Elkview River Rats, led by Jonathan Detroit Haynes, winning last year. And again this year, I have neither of those teams. I have the Nightdale Dragons, led by yours truly, winning the championship.
Wow.
Homer pick, who cares?
What a shocker. Wow, that's kind of oof. All right. Anyways. So
you okay over there?
Yeah, because I actually have the same team winning it all.
No way.
Yes, I do. I have Phil and the Nightdale Dragons. Yeah,
I'm screwed.
I mean, the money is definitely on the Gunslingers, but I have a feeling they're going to hit the injury bug this year. Or maybe I'm just hoping they hit the injury bug. But anyways, yeah, I wanted to I think Phil's team's pretty stacked. His running backs are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Jones and Edwards. I mean, those are some fine running backs. So I thought I was going to be doing the upset or the shocker there, but Phil had to be a homer and pick himself. So
I think it all depends on if Edwards is actually going to live up to what he's expected to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to switch it up on the fly here. For my pick, I will take low-hanging fruit, and I will pick the Gunslingers to repeat because this team is ridiculous, and I blame all you guys for it. I wasn't going to do that, but I'm looking at the teams right now. This is insane. Again, just to give him his due, Mahomes, Mixon, Barkley, Elliott, Julio Jones, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, and George Kittle.
Real quick, why were you switching it up on the fly?
Yeah.
Because we have to have some credibility here. Somebody's going to pick this team to win the championship.
What was your team, though?
Yeah,
I was actually going back and forth as we were sitting here. I was looking at Detroit or Matt to win it all, but I didn't want to give Detroit that satisfaction. Plus, his wide receivers are garbage. Yes.
Yes.
I'm a little bit worried with Matt's running back situation. Kamara and Jacobs is solid, but But looking at Jeremy's team, if we don't have anybody pick them, I got to do it. So I'm going to go with the Glasgow Gunslingers to win the championship, much to my dismay. Not a fan of it.
All right.
So that will wrap it up for this episode. This is, like I said, our filler episode. Next week, we are going to do buy or sell, some type of buy or sell. We're going to set a benchmark for one player off each of the 12 KDFL teams as far as what position rank they will finish. And we will debate that and have some fun with that, as well as week 1 predictions. But Phil, to wrap up today's episode, go ahead and tell the people how they can get a hold of us.
All right, as always, they can go to the Anchor app and leave us a message that way, or they can call 901-609-KDFL. They can leave us a message that way. They can follow the show on Twitter at KDFL Podcast. They can follow you at BrettStill2. They can follow Detroit at Detroit8374, and they can follow me at Phil Ruxy.
Sure. Anything else, brother?
Let me think.
I can't wait for this week.
The Montrose Mega Powers suck. That's all, folks.
Jonathan Detroit Haynes. For Mr. Phil Ruxy, I'm Brett Steele. Thank you for listening to the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast, and we will see you next week.